What's happening, fellas? We're here at Daytona, the Honda motorcycle company, and they've got their full model lineup here. They got the perennial favorite CRF50, then they've got the CRF110, which replaced the XR70, and then you move right up the ladder here to the 450RX. This is basically a motocross bike set up for off-road. Then you've got the 450X with a lighting kit on it, with the headlight on it. That's a beautiful bike. Killer suspension, but set up for off-road. Then we've got one of my all-time favorites, the XR650L. This is, God, this thing has not changed really since the 90s, and they've got a whole new color scheme here in white. You gotta admit, the thing looks pretty sharp. Very fun bike. Black rims, all white. For the money, you can't go wrong. Those are pretty affordable. Speaking of for the money, you can buy a 2023. This one's a 450RL. It's a street legal enduro, but you can buy this CRF300L right here. One of the top selling dual sport models on the market. The 300L comes in two flavors. It's like black and white, and then this red over here. They have a new version. It's called the LD. This one right here has a lower seat height for shorter people, but they also have the standard one. It's $56.99. So if you're a shorty like Christy, you can get that one, or you can get this 300L, which is, I'm 6'2". I had the same exact thing, but in the 250 version. The 250L, awesome bikes, bulletproof, 6-speed electric start, fuel injected, typical Honda quality. Stepping up the ladder here, they've got the CRF Super Rally version. This is a 300, but it doesn't look like a 300. I mean, if you told me it was a 750 or a 790 or something like that, I'd believe you. It looks so much bigger with the body kit on it. I think if I was taking it off-road, I'd rather have this one. But there's a YouTuber, I forget her name, a lady who's traveling around the world on one of these right now, and she has the same one, 300 Rally bike. It's got like a full fairing on it. It's got the front fairing for $6,300. That's a lot of bike for the money. $63.99. Killer looking bike. Graphics, the suspension, and of course you got that traditional Honda quality, so you can't go wrong. We got the CBR 1000. What do we got over here? This is the Honda Rebel. Kick-ass, not just a beginner's bike, but a good all-around bike. They got a black one and a silver one. Then over here they've got the Africa Twin full model lineup. Now the best part about the International Motorcycle Show is you can come here and they have demo bikes. You can ride all the bikes. Here's the Africa Twin. I rode one of these in Florida last year. This thing's a freaking rocket ship. Did a third gear Holy on it. I think they're like, I don't know the exact horsepower ratings, but it's got to be like 80 horsepower. Thing's a rocket ship. Then we've got one in the blue and white Adventure Sports. And then they got the Honda Metropolitan. If you're looking for cheap transportation in the city or around the pits, or if you're under 16 years old, I'm pretty sure in most states you can ride these without a license. Check with your local authorities. Here's the Rebel 1100, competing with the Harley Davidson Sportster and the Scout, I guess. This is a Honda monkey bike. Uncle Dale had a couple of those. He bought one and tricked it out. They're 125s, just like the Grom. If you ever get to go to the Small Bore Fest at the Barber Vintage Museum, they do a small bore festival there, and it's tons of Groms. They race them there and do all kinds of cool stuff. Here's the 1100 Rebel. I just bought one of these for my 16-year-old daughter, Jordan, for her 16th birthday. If you've been following the channel, we just bought her a red, white, and blue Super Cub, and we put a Yoshimura pipe on it, and it'll do 65 miles an hour. And they're a lot of fun. They run on air. They get like 1,000,000 miles to the gallon. No, seriously, I think it's like 120 miles a gallon. But they're awesome, bulletproof Super Cub. So Jordan has one of those. I was hoping she'd come to Bike Week with us this year, but she didn't make it. I told her she could ride that here, but you gotta admit, from the 50 cc's all the way up to the 1100 in the dual sport models, and then of course they've got all the Super Cubs and the Metropolitan and the Groms, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. They got full dressers and gold wings and all kinds of stuff. Here's another Cub over here. or excuse me, a Trail 125. This is a new model. I think they came out with a couple years ago. It's a replica of the original. Junior and I and the boys, we've restored a whole bunch of these old Trail 90s, and it looks like the old one, but it's much more modern technology. It has fuel injection and electric start, and it looks old school, but it's thoroughly modern. Make no mistake. So they're here with the big rig, with the semi. They've got a little track set up here. I'm not sure what this is about, but we'll find out tomorrow. We'll come back. I think they're riding minis in there or something.
Probably.
The kids. And this is Junior had one of these when he was 14 years old. He put 12,000 miles on it, riding it 365 days a year, including from school. He said he was on the early release program. I found out later that's why his grades weren't that good. He was actually leaving school early. There was no early release program. That was a self-made program, but he wanted to be at the shop with us. Now he's running it at 23, but he's been 12,000 miles. He even rode this thing in the winter. It's got like knobby tires. You can ride it in the snow. You ride it off. He rode the wheels off of that thing. Never gave him a problem. 12,000 miles is hard miles. But had a bunch of Hondas. I think of the last 1,000 bikes we've sold, probably 500 of them have been Hondas. We sell a lot of old Hondas, and the quality, the fit, finish, even the old ones, they hold up really good, and that usually bodes well for these new ones. But heck, for $5,600, you can get a brand new 300. 63 will get you that one. They're affordably priced, and they're kick-ass machines. Anyways, thanks for watching. God bless Honda. God bless America.